there are 12.
Oh, I was closest.
I had a word.
I can tell. You were I was closest. Sorry.
All right, would people like the list?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 hot water heaters, well, we figured that. 1 coffee maker. Our commercial grade coffee maker has its own supply line. The dishwasher, the dish sanitizer. There's an ice maker
Right.
in one of the refrigerators. 3 drinking fountains.
Where's the third one? 2 here. Seriously, where's the third one?
I think it's in the end wing.
No.
There is 3. I have counted. Okay.
2 over here.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's 2 in the hallway
Yeah, right. And 1 here.
and 1 there. Okay. 3 drinking fountains. What's the last guy on the list? There's 1 guy.
That's a question.
The answer's the fire hydrant.
Elusive number 12.
But think about it for a moment. It has its own dedicated water supply line, used for a specific purpose, so it fits the definition of a water appliance. All right, are these challenging? I can see wheels turning, which is a good thing. Now, I'm going to make a distinction on the next few questions between a sink and a faucet. Because sometimes we have a faucet with no sink, or you have a sink with no faucet. So, starting with the sinks. Any guesses as to how many sinks we have in the facility?
10, 12,
Keep going,
15,
keep going.
20,
Okay, that's a little over the mark.
17.
19.
Good job, Betty. Betty was closest. Go Betty.
She said 17.
So we have 19 sinks.
Thank you.
Anyone want to take a crack at how many faucets?
Is anybody keeping track of the team points here? I'm sorry. I'm
How many
She said
samples?
that there were
So there's the,
one less for the.
the,
Are you talking about indoor or outdoor faucets?
Custodian sink?
Both, all.
Oh, so you could have an outdoor.
You know, what's the total? And the faucets are of more concern because those have to be monitored for leaks or breaks on an ongoing basis. Those are a potential water emergency.
Yeah, that's,
Spigots?
yeah, that's faucets. Those kind of faucets.
Yep.
Yeah, outdoor faucets.
so we have like spigots outside the hoses, right?
Mm-hmm.
24.
32.
All right, I'll say this much. 24 is too low, 32 is too high.
30.
28.
Bingo. No.
No, we haven't hit the magic.
29.
31. 27.
27.
Yay, our team won again.
But whoever said 28, there's a little asterisk because one has been capped off and decommissioned.
Oh, poor guys.
And I just said consideration.
Yes, you do.
We're doing that.
All right, we're sort of closing in here. Thinking about sinks, it turns out they break down into different broad categories.
Get out of here.
Yes.
I say 4.
You got the
Who
kitchen,
knew?
the bathroom sink or whatever.
The deep sink. That's called a mop sink.
Okay, well, let's start with how many categories are there?
Yeah.
4.
5, 7, 2, 3.
Who said 3? Betty?
Beth.
Betty?
Yes.
Beth, okay, yes.
Oh!
There's at least 4. Number 1 is second in the kitchen.
Okay.
Utility.
So, anyone want to start with listing the categories, and then we figure out how many there are in each
Is
category?
there three, you said there's three categories?
3 categories.
Kitchen?
Mop.
Utility.
Oh,
Mop,
utility.
mop utility, yes, that's one category.
Closet, mop sink.
Bathroom sink.
Donald, what did
Those
you
would
say?
fall under the category of normal.
Sacristy.
Normal.
Sacristy sink.
Okay, the sacristy sink is an example of the third type.
Specialties.
Special.
Designated sinks.
Special.
Sacred.
Well, no, the answer is a
Sacred.
sink that is not hooked up to a sewer line.
Because it goes back into the earth, right?
So our first category are normal, yeah, what we think of as sinks when we think of a sink and it's hooked up to sewer. The second category is utility sink, again, hooked up to sewer. And the third category is sinks that are not hooked up to sewer.
And how many do we have of those in St. Mark?
Not hooked to sewer,
Yes?
we have 2.
What was the second category?
The second, I'm sorry, what?
Second category?
Second category is utility sinks. Custodian sinks, utilitarian sinks, housekeeping sinks, runs under different labels. Okay, now, we know that there's 19 of these running around. Any guesses about, okay, I've already indicated that there are 2 sinks in the category of not hooked to sewer.
And
So-
where are they located?
Oh, yes,
Garden and the sacristy. Very
garden and the
good.
sacristy,
You get a
yes.
bonus point, Vicki.
Yeah, bonus.
Okay, 2 utility sinks.
Yep.
Any guesses as to where they're located?
One in the Ed Wing, in the custodian's
Well, you've been
closet.
on the investigation team.
Well, it doesn't say that you have to be a
Gee.
legal right.
Jan,
I put in my hours to learn the location. I got my toe.
Okay, getting a little bit out of hand, I'm getting the feeling that.
That's your own committee getting out of hand.
That's the pastor's fault.
Okay, so we're still on, where are the 2 utility sinks?
Oh, the
Ed building and here in the hallway.
both custodian rooms.
Yeah.
Yes,
both
both of them are in custodian closet.
Karen gets it.
And in fact, one of them is on the floor.
It's called a mop sink,
Yes,
and we have to repair that area.
yes, that has, it has an issue, yes. Which is why we've been Kik has been spending this time putting together the inventory so we can identify where the issues are there and then start the job of resolving the issues. Okay, and then that, by process of elimination, leaves us with 14 normal sinks. And I won't keep everybody here until the sun goes down trying to figure out where 14 of those sinks are. We'll just sort of let it go at that. Now, total up your scores. And be honest when you're totaling up the points.
You're like, who won the team thing?
3,
We won the team thing.
we get the booby prize. What'd you get, Vicki?
Obviously, I got one.
It wasn't right, but it was close.
We got 3, our team.
All right. All fun aside, you know, the purpose of putting together this quiz was to come up with a fun way to look at, you know, the inventory of what is the water infrastructure at the St. Mark facility. And I'm hoping that you're feeling somewhat enlightened by the mind-boggling numbers of sinks, faucets, categories, what's hooked up to sewer, what isn't, etc. So any questions about the infrastructure? No. But we'll be talking more about that and some of the issues that are involved in that as we go forward from there. So get close. Okay, so I want to give a big thank you to the
Margie for getting us here today, and I just again would say, we just love talking to folks. We're happy to put together tours. If you haven't been to our Wet Science Center downtown at the Lot facility, it's free. We have different free programs every Saturday for the community. Some are targeted at kids, some are more fun for adults, and that's where we met Margie. She came to a history of toilets session we put on, the fascinating history of toilets over the ages. So we just love to talk about these topics. So come see us.
Now, before everybody breaks up, I do have a favor to ask, which is between here and Sunday, we're doing the third presentation after church services on Sunday. So I would ask you to please keep mum about the answers to the quiz.